Thanks for staying with us. We now move to the second hot topic, and a PDP chieftain, George Turner, has petitioned President Bola Tinubu alleging an assassination attempt by supporters of Bayelsa State Governor Diri. Turner claims his life and family are in danger. Turner had switched loyalty from Governor Diri to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and is organizing a mega rally for Wike in Bayelsa on the 12th of April. However, Governor Diri is against the rally, citing concerns about exporting political crisis from Rivers to Bayelsa. However, the Bayelsa State High Court had earlier restrained the planned rally, granting a stay of execution order pending the hearing and determination of the court. The court order was filed by the Bayelsa State Attorney General, and who is Mr. Biriyai Dambo, S.A.N. Our guest this morning is Mr. David West, Chairman, Civil Liberties Organization, Bayelsa State Chapter. Good morning and welcome to the program, Mr. West.
Morning, and it is my pleasure to be set with you.
Okay. Before we go back even to the assassination attempt and all that, it will have time to do that. The major bone of contention right now is a rally that was supposed to be held in Bayelsa State, and the governor kicked against it and all that. And the fear of the governor, according to the statement, is that political crisis might be imported from Rivers State to Bayelsa State, and that is what he's trying to prevent. You are a member of the Civil Liberties Organization. That is, you are more or less an activist as well yourself. What is the general feeling of not just people in government, but the people of Bayelsa regarding this planned mega rally, as they're calling it?
No, I am a renowned human rights activist, chairman of CLO. Now, I want to look at it, first of all, from the perspective or the angle of the law. It is very clear that the Nigerian Constitution, Chapter 4 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, have expressly or clearly, talked about freedom of the fundamental human rights of any given human being, freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of to organize a rally, express your opinion in whatever manner you want to do it. It is the right for everybody to so do. But however, we should also be mindful of the fact that there is no absolute right anywhere. Where my right will end, that is where the right of the next one will begin. Now, having laid this background, I do not have anything against anybody holding a rally, but looking at it from the point of the governor, who is of the opinion as the chief security officer of the state that informations may be at his disposal, which is not before me, neither me or you, or even Mr. George Turner, who wants to organize a rally, seems to make him to understand that if this rally takes place, or if it is eventually organized, indeed, political crisis, just as you have stated, from Rivers State, will be imported into the state. That's the fear of the governor. Now, let us also cast our mind back to some few months ago, when the FCT minister, the former governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike, granted an interview, a press interview. And in that interview, he stated clearly that for any governor or any governor that will want to align or support the governor of Rivers State, I call him the governor because I still see him as the democratically elected governor of the state, not minding the so-called unconstitutional manner in which he was suspended from office. Now, that anybody that aligns with the governor Sinalaifora, he is going to set fire in the state of that governor. He made that kind of a statement, that kind of a threat. And Wike is not just a man that will make a threat and allow it to remain there. So if we can recall, we can cast our mind back to that threat already made, that means the governor is only trying to be proactive for the problems in Rivers State, not to come to Bayelsa State, or not to extend haven't, seen what happened to his brother Governor Siminalayi Fubara, who today, under the guise of Section 305, the president has decided to suspend him and bring a military administrator or a sole administrator, as he's called. But for me, I want to see him as a military administrator, because the man standing behind him is oddly behind him, is wearing a full military camouflage based on his title as a former chief of naval staff. So the governor indeed is avoiding that kind of a situation to take place here. He knows how Bayelsa State is. Bayelsa State is one state that is very volatile when it comes to a crisis of this nature, and he would not want the state to be divided because of what is happening in Rivers State. He wouldn't want the state to be divided as it is. The FCT minister who has given that threat that he's going to put fire into any state, the state of any governor who aligns with Siminalayi Fubara, for him to make that threat, in the first place, the FCT minister does not have a base here in Bayelsa State. He does not have a political structure here in Bayelsa State. So how is he going to manifest or carry out that threat? He is only going to do that by infiltrating or inducing, financially in any form, citizens, indigenous of Bayelsa State to carry out his act for him. And he has found Mr. Josh Turner as a very good instrument for him to do that. Now, since the Bayelsa State governor is seen to be having a romance with the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and already the FCT minister has given that threat. So he's now using Mr. Josh Turner to organize a rally. Mind you, the FCT minister also granted an interview where he blatantly, unguardedly insulted, attacked the Ijaw people, the Ijaw nation as a race. He poured insult on the Ijaw people. And having done that, the Ijaw people will not expect you to come to their land or to come to their house to see them. You cannot insult a man and go to his house to tell him to give you water to drink or to go and organize a party in his house. That would be an affront. So we are trying to avoid, the governor rather is trying to avoid all these crises. That is why he said that rally is not necessary. And the Attorney General of the state, Mr. Buhari Dambo, SAN, went to the court to ask for an ex parte order restraining these people from carrying out the purported or the planned rally or reception or whatever, in any name they want to call it, for the FCT minister. I think that is supposed to come up on the 12th or so, either 12th or 13th of this month, April. 12th. So the Attorney General had already secured that restraining order. But Mr. Josh Turner, the other day, came up again, granting a press interview again to say that indeed the rally or whatever thing they have in mind is going to hold, that the court order did not stop them from carrying out their planned program. To him, he said they were not holding a rally, that they want to inaugurate members of, what's in the name of the association. He said they want to inaugurate their members, and that is what they want to do. But if in the course of doing it, the FCT minister is coming, they are going to welcome him. And the court has restrained them. You should take note that in anything they are doing, the word rally should not be part of it. If he's claiming that the court did not stop them from carrying out their planned inauguration of their members, well, that inauguration should be done in a hall, in a hired hall, where they can go sit down there and do the inauguration. There's no issue about that. But the moment they step out of the hall, they need to have another different form of rally. That means himself too, he has, committed an offense. That is the content. He has breached or violated the order from the court.
What if they really, really violate this order and go ahead and do it? Because we've seen cases where some people do not even have any regard for court pronouncements. They go ahead and do what they want to do. For instance, in Rivers State, the sole administrator was asked not to appoint chairman. He has gone ahead to appoint sole administrators for all the local governments beginning from 7th of April. So some people, especially those who are close to power, as it were, don't tend to respect the law. So what if this will happen that way and they don't respect the law and they still hold that rally, what do you think would happen?
Well, like I said, it's the context. And yesterday, I was in a different media house for a newspaper review, and this issue came up too. I think I will not depart from my earlier stated position. And this is an advice to President Bola Tinubu with greatest respect to him. The president should, as a matter of urgency and as a matter of all seriousness, see how he is going to protect this democracy he's enjoying today, guard it jealously, because I see President Bola Tinubu seriously progressing in error. Otherwise, what the sole administrator or military administrator in River State is doing is astronomically progressing in error under the backing of President Bola Tinubu, which is wrong. He has no power. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the ground law, the fourth ergo, had nowhere donated such powers from him. So to him, rather, for him to begin to dissolve, for him to begin to cancel, for him to begin to reconstitute, for him, ordinarily, is it not an illegality in the first place that the Supreme Court had given a judgment against caretaker or any form of administration to the local government? Now, judgment came from the Supreme Court. The governor of the state graciously did the needful by saying the heads of local government should take over and run the administration of the local government. And I think in 90 days they should conduct my election. But here we are, President Tinubu has breached that. Now, Ibok Tebas is doing his own, which is illegal. So if Mr. Josh Turner decides to disobey the order of the Federal High Court, restraining them from carrying out that planned program or rally they are having, if they so do, it will be very clear to the eyes of everybody that indeed we are living in an animal farm where some animals are higher than the others. And I don't think the governor of the state will fold his arm to allow that to happen. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So now, what then are we looking at? Is it not a case of clashes? I have seen situations whereby in Bayelsa State, they try to hold rally, some people will come and discuss them. If Josh Turner disobeys the court order and they go ahead with the planned rally, I foresee a situation whereby there will be clashes, there will be serious crisis in Bayelsa State.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Mr. Josh Turner is a lawyer. He should know what the provisions of the Constitution in section 287 had said, that the order, the ruling, the judgment of the court must be obeyed, whether it is right or wrong, whether that order was given by a drunken judge or not, in as much as it is an order from the court by the provisions of section 287 must be obeyed. And Mr. Josh Turner is a lawyer. Can't he obey that simple order not until the substantive issue had been decided? So if they go ahead to do it, it's going to cause crisis. I know too well that the governor of the state, Senator Doedri, will not allow that to take place.
Okay, I want us to wrap up. We have like a minute now, so if you may. Yeah. Judge Turner was an ally of the Bayelsa State governor, and suddenly he switched. And a lot of people are wondering why that switch. Is it not an indictment on the governor that maybe he didn't do well and Judge Turner left him? So what are the circumstances that made Turner to leave Bayelsa State governor and become an ally of the FCT minister in another party?
Well, my brother, that is the character of Nigerian politicians. You will agree with me. Apart from maybe you and I, who will not have the politician's character, because politicians of Nigeria, the man will be your friend today in the morning, and in the evening or in the afternoon is your enemy. That's the lifestyle of politicians. Now, Mr. Josh Turner, as far as I'm concerned, is only trying to be ungrateful to his benefactor, who is the governor of the state. Mr. Josh Turner before now was nowhere. Well, you remember he's having some issues in the courts. The Economic and Financial Transformation, the EFCC, At the trial court, he was found guilty. At the Court of Appeal, he was found guilty for corruptions. While he was the essay to the NDDC chairman as then on youth matters. Now, the matter is pending before the Supreme Court. Are you with me? Now, Josh Turner was nowhere. The governor gave him what he's enjoying today. The governor gave him an appointment. He was having the ambition to go for the House of Representatives. But because of the matters he's having in court, the governor said no, and the people from his constituency said no and gave the ticket to someone else. Are you with me? Apart from that, the governor also gave him an appointment. The governor had been so benevolent to him. Now, he has decided to pitch tent with somebody who maybe he feels is going to pay him more than what the governor is going to pay him. In all, it is a question of so much infrastructure. That is just the truth of the matter. So politicians are like that. Okay. Same Josh Turner, tomorrow you see him, will be praising him, the governor of the A3. After all, they are the people that work for the A3 to win elections. He was part of them. So it is a case of whether I want to call it father and son or I don't understand, but it's just the absolute character of Nigerian politicians. When we hear
father and son, now we begin to fear father and son. That's the same term that they're using in Rivers State between Nyesom Wike and
father and son. Now related to where we are.
So father and son. So we don't want to hear that at all. We just want to hear that there's good governance going on. But we'd like to thank you, Mr. David West, for coming on the show and enlightening us on some of these things. We do hope that this will not degenerate into chaos in Bayelsa State as we're seeing in River State as well. We hope that there will be peace there, and we do hope that every issue will be resolved. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
The pleasure is mine, but I also want to tell the governor not to bother himself with the plan, whatever of Josh Turner. He should concern himself with governance in the state. As we speak, there is no light in the state. No potable water. The governor should rather concentrate on these things and excuse himself from this unnecessary distraction. God bless you. God bless Plus TV.
Thank you very much. Amen to that. Okay, that was Mr. David West, Chairman, Civil Liberties Organization, Bayelsa State Chapter. We're talking about what is happening in Bayelsa, where someone is accusing the governor, petitioning the president that there's been an attempt on his life. And this, we were trying to find out what this is. It was related to the rally that was supposed to be held 2 days from now, where the FCT minister is going to be present very prominently there, and there is fear that if it does come, there might be some problems. Well, we hope for peace everywhere in Nigeria. This is where we wrap it up on the show this morning. Thank you for your time. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the show. My name is Nyangul. Gaji.